All right, now to some of the most tougher questions. This is to do with seasonal indices, and I've noticed a lot of students have an issue with this one. So the following set of data gives the number of sales made by by a real estate agent each quarter for 3 years. Calculate the seasonal indices for this data. We need to make sure it's in 4 decimal places, and we need to display them in a table. Okay, so 3 kind of points here. But the main thing is we need to calculate the seasonal index. Okay, so when you're told to calculate the seasonal indices, remember 3 steps. I'll write them on the side here. Okay, the first step is we get the yearly average. I'll just say average for each year. Okay, and the second step is we will divide each original value that means the original values on the table. Let's say I got the average of 2015. I'll divide each of those values by the average of that year. Then step 3, we will calculate the average. So once we've got that in the table, we're going to calculate the average of the quarters. So this is your seasonal index. These are your seasonal indices. Okay, so 3 steps. Average for each year, meaning you add those 4 numbers, divide by 4. And then you take each number in here and divide by that value you got. Then you do that one, divide by each value that you get, and so on. So I will start with step 1, which is average for each year. So I'm going to add these numbers, divide by 4, add these numbers by 4, add these numbers, divide by 4. Alrighty, so I've just calculated the averages there. Just make sure you show you're working out. So you're adding, for example, for 2015, you're adding these 4, dividing by 4. So then I'm off to step 2, which I've just changed to purple so we can see the difference. So step 2, we're going to divide each original value by the average for that year. So it'll be 39 on 30, which is 1.3. And for 2016, the first one will be 33 on 28, which is 1.1786. Why would I go there? Because the question does say 4 decimal places. So if I got an answer that has got 4 decimal places, I'll put that. This one, the first value, original value is 44. Divide by the average of 40, and that's 1.1. Okay. Make sure you show the working out for each step, but I'm just going to fill this table in quickly. Alrighty, so that's my table filled up for dividing each original value by the average for that year. So I've just shown one example at the top for each for quarter 1 for each year, but then I've just done the same thing there, the same thing at the bottom. So for quarter 2 2015, I did 32 divided by 30, then 29 by 30, then 20 by 30 to get these values here. And the same thing for 2016. Remember to show you're working. Then the third part, calculate the average for each quarter. Those are your seasonal indices. So part 3, we'll say quarterly average. Okay, I'll show the example of 1, and then I'm sure you can figure the rest out. So quarter 1 is going to be 1.3 plus 1.1786 plus 1.1 divided by 3. and that gives me 1.1929 to 4 decimal places, because I remember highlighting that for my question. Table, yep, I've been displaying it in the table. Okay, then you do the same thing for quarter 2. So you'll add these values, divide by 3 for quarter 2. For quarter 3, you'll add these values, divide by 3. For quarter 4, you'll add those 3 values, divide by 3, and you should get that. Okay, so this should, I've just done the work really quickly, but make sure you show you're working out. Okay, and that's it. You will have if you go back to the question, have we calculated the seasonal indices? Yes, we have. Are they in 4 decimal places? Yes, they are. Are they in the table? Yes, they are. Okay, so that's seasonal indices, good 5 marks. Alrighty.